This is me, Cody. And this is my dog, Elo. You may be wondering how I ended up shin deep in a beaver dam, hauling 80 pounds down a 3-foot drop. Well, the story involves some close encounters with wildlife, long portages, lots of paddling, and tons of beautiful scenery along the way. But let's start from the beginning. I drove to Algonquin Park one night early before heading into the backcountry, and I spent my first night at one of the campgrounds. I arrived pretty late, so I quickly pitched my tent and then went searching for wildlife. It was blueberry season, and I knew where the bears liked to hang out. Because there's a bear around, so I don't want to talk. Captions on the screen. What an amazing way to start the trip. Morning from day 2. And this campsite is infested with daddy longlegs. Look at this. There are so many of them all over. Well, good morning, baby girl. Good morning. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, Elo. Alright, Elo, we should get going, okay? My adventures into the backcountry began early in the morning, launching into an eerie combination of fog and overcast. I had a relatively short travel day ahead of me that was going to start with a 45-minute paddle, followed by a 1.7-kilometer portage that I'd be double carrying, so a little more than 5 kilometers of total walking. Then I'd be at my destination lake, and I just need to find a campsite to call home. The 1.7-kilometer portage might sound intimidating, especially with those stairs in the background, but I've done this portage more times than I can count, and even with double carrying, it's really not that bad. So my first carry is going to be my barrel, my camera bag, my canoe, obviously the yoke, Elo on my waist, and this will all be my second carry. Alright, doing my first carry. Second carry. Third walk. Second carry. Elo is so excited. I've just got to finish loading the boat, and then we're heading out. Elo, you gotta be patient, okay? 2 more minutes. This is Head Lake. Okay, so I'm at my campsite. I got the site I wanted. It's a site I've stayed at a few times before. It's a beautiful site, and the reason I wanted this site is because it has this big open shoreline at the front, and because there's a fire ban, I don't really have anything to do when the sun goes down. So having this area to lounge underneath the sky will be nice. So a quick little campsite tour. The canoe landing isn't great. It's rocky and steep and whatever, but it's fine. You have this huge shoreline at the front. This is the interior. It's big, open, wide. This is the fire pit. The seating's okay. 2 benches, which could be better. Fire pit isn't the best either, but does not matter for me today because the fire ban. There are grills all over. We got Elo tethered over here. Just have her tied around a tree. My tent hanging. This is where I'm going to do my tent. It looks sloped, and it is a little bit sloped, but I did a quick lie down and it's good enough. This is where my tent will be, and that's pretty much it. I believe the last time I camped here, I hung my food on that branch. It's pretty tall up, but it should be doable. And yes, it's right at camp, but if I can get it up on that branch, it's a perfect branch. So I will always take a perfect branch, even if it's at camp, because I'd rather have the food harder to get. Oh, Elo, aren't you tired from the portage? Elo, what? What are you doing, silly girl? Oh, you want to get some zoomies out. Elo, we just walked 5 kilometers. We just walked 5 kilometers, sweet girl. You're so cute. Elo, what are you doing? Yeah, she eventually tired herself out. This is the first bit of blue I've seen all day. I think I'm going to go all the way down there and check out the waterfalls at the end of the lake. I'm bringing my barrel because I either do this or I hang it. This is actually just quicker and easier than hanging it, and it helps balance out the weight of the boat. So I have to grab my paddle, and then we're heading out. Okay, let's go. Okay, sit. Stay. Okay, good girl. There's no wind in this little bay, so the bugs are out here. Whoa ho ho! Whoa ho ho, Elo! Look at all those. What's that, Elo? What is that? You've seen waterfalls before. Stay. Yeah, let's go this way. This way. Good girl. Okay, so no joke, I'm sitting at the front of my campsite at the shoreline, and I hear splashing in the water behind my site, footsteps like branches breaking. So it's 100% either a bear or a moose. It was moving around there for a solid 5 minutes. So I just hung my food. Looks like a pretty good hang. If it is a bear, I don't think there's any chance the bear will get this food. After that mysterious bear moose encounter, I sat at the shoreline for a little while longer, did some astrophotography, donated a couple of pints of blood to the mosquitoes, and then headed into the tent with Elo. Stay. Take it. Good girl. Good girl. Beautiful morning. I'm just about ready to head out for a day trip. Let's go. Let's go. Good girl. Hey, hey, hey. On my way to the portage, I encountered a young bald eagle. It was perched at the entrance of the narrow creek that I needed to get through. It was actually a little bit scary, being in my canoe with Elo, in the middle of the water, completely vulnerable, while the eagle was patrolling the water for its next meal. I even locked eyes with the eagle a few times, but thankfully it never moved from its spot on the rock. Can you imagine if it decided to fly over and pay us a visit? My plan for the day was to visit Harness Lake to document all of the campsites. The lake was completely empty the night before, so I was hoping to get there early before anyone arrived. But first, I had some very annoying beaver dams standing in my way. Stay. 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 Hey, hey. Stay. Hey, stay. Stay. Now that my feet are all gross. Elo, stay. 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 Oh. Good girl. Oh. I just carried my canoe with Elo over that. It's like a 3-foot drop. Elo, you did great. Oh, now I'm tired. That first beaver dam was the worst of the bunch, but unfortunately there were more. Stay. 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 Man, these beaver dams are tiring. Let's take a quick break. By the way, did you know that my website Algonquin and Beyond has tons of trip reports, more than 1,000 backcountry campsite reports, 360-degree videos of every campground campsite, some sweet merch, and so much more. If you're planning a trip to Algonquin Park, my website is pretty much your one-stop resource. Check it out and become a member today. Alright, now let's get back to the beaver dams. Stay. Elo, stay. 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 Alright, Elo. We're at the portage. I'd like to harness. It's 1 kilometer. Pockets are overflowing. I don't think I'm going to have any free hands, so I'm probably not going to do any filming on the portage itself. So, we'll see you at the other side. Okay, so I'm done the portage. Take a little break, have a snack, and give you some water. Whoa! So I'm halfway through the campsites on Harness Lake. I'm on one of the island campsites, which is the 3rd of, I believe, 6. I'm not going to talk too long to the camera because I'm trying to get to them all before people arrive on the lake. And it's like 10:30, so some early arrivers might be coming around now. But yeah, I'm on the island campsite. It's a beautiful site. I stayed here 8 years ago, 2016, 9 years ago. Yeah, so it's changed a little bit since I was here. We have this, which is like east-south facing. Behind the campsite in the forest, there's tons of tent spots. Nice fire pit with tons of flat seating. Down here it opens up to a big rocky shoreline. Great to watch the sunset and stargaze. There's lots of room to sprawl out. And then the front shoreline. Okay, so I'm at the 5th of 6 campsites on Harness Lake that I'm going to be checking out. It is just past 11. I'm taking a short shade break with Elo. I gave her water. I just had a snack. Went to the bathroom. And then we're going to go to the last site. So I'm going to check that one out. And then head back to Head Lake, do the portage, and get back to my campsite and spend the afternoon relaxing. Definitely need to take a nap after this. It's a pretty hot day in the sun, and it'll be 2 kilometers of portaging round trip, a couple hours of paddling. So a nap is in order, and then we'll spend the day relaxing at our site. Okay, so we're finished checking out every campsite, and we're heading back to the portage. It's a portage landing right ahead of us. Oh, how about that, Elo? How about that? Don't worry, I already made you watch me lift over all the beaver dams one time. I won't make you watch me do it again. Let's just speed up through all of this. Okay, but this last one we are going to watch because I think it's really funny and because this is where the intro of the video started, so we've officially come full circle. Elo, stay. Stay. Oh, of course. Stay. Stay. Girl. Hey, hey, stay. Gotta stay, look. We're not done yet. Stay. You're a good girl, Elo. Elo, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. You're so good, Elo. Okay, can you get off my paddle, please? Okay, excuse you. Thank you. Alright, Elo. That's all 3 of them. Now let's get home. Let's get out of here, Elo. We out of here, baby. There's some wind on the lake, which I will welcome with open arms. Elo, you're supposed to tell me. You're supposed to be the captain, Elo. That stuff. You're too busy eating the bugs. as promised, time for a nap. Stinky. Oh, stinky, silly. Okay. I went for an evening paddle in search of that mysterious bear moose behind my campsite. I didn't find any bears. Or moose. But I did have a pretty amazing encounter with a beaver. Give me a second. Let's just enjoy some of this beautiful scenery first, then we'll get to the beaver footage. I put down my paddle, got out my camera, stayed completely silent, and waited patiently as the beaver continuously circled my canoe, getting closer and closer. The mergansers eventually had enough of the beaver's tail-slapping nonsense and left to go get some dinner. It was just me, Elo, and the beaver in our quiet little corner of the lake. I woke up just in time to catch the pre-sunrise colors in the sky. The temperature was perfect, the water was calm, the wide panoramic view from the front of my campsite was spectacular, the mosquitoes were out and biting, but let's just ignore that part for now. I only had a 2-hour journey back to my car, so I was in no rush to get going. I relaxed and watched the entire sunrise with Elo from the front of my campsite.
Good morning, day 4. It is a gorgeous morning on Head Lake.
Good morning, Elo. Does something look weird here? Wait, what the heck is that little squiggly thing? Yeah, that's a big long piece of Elo's hair stuck on the lens. I genuinely don't understand how Elo's hair gets everywhere. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's go. Sit. Sit.
Okay, so I'm just leaving my campsite on Head Lake. Beautiful sight. It is a gorgeous day outside. It is hot. There's no wind. We got a short paddle to our portage right over there. And we got to double carry the 1.7 kilometers, so about 5 kilometers of walking. And then one more paddle of about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we're back at the car. Elo's excited. She doesn't know that we're about to do 5 kilometers of walking. Okay, let's go. Good girl. Good job.
I wasn't expecting too much from this trip. It was an easy there and back to a place I've been to many times before, but nevertheless, this trip turned into something special. From the bear sighting on my first night to the awesome loon and beaver encounters, the mysterious animal behind my campsite, and of course paddling past the bald eagle. It was all pretty amazing. Top it off with some great stargazing, gorgeous scenery, a beautiful campsite, all types of weather, and an adventurous day trip crossing several beaver dams. This trip had a little bit of everything. But the most important takeaway is that yes, even during a fire ban, Algonquin Park is still a magical place. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to read the full written trip report for this video, I'll leave a link in the video description below.